dismissed every accomplishment I've made. You've talked about my father. Well, you call me an entitled millennial, I call you a carny succubus, because the dirty secret about you, the dirty secret is you need this generation more than it needs you.
What up, y'all? It's KMB, the Sexy Ninja, in the place to be for a Paper Saber universe, and this is the New World Podcast up in this mother lover. Oh, yeah. I am feeling good, feeling great. Well, kind of. I enjoyed this Raw very, very much until the end. Had a nice White Claw because I'm a basic bitch that way. Just a nice one to cool me down after a long weekend. We're talking about Raw, June 9th, 2025. Wade and Cole on commentary. Pat has taken the week off. And we're in Phoenix, Arizona. Originally, we wanted to go to the show with Fan Fusion and whatnot, but Fan Fusion, we had all our funds towards that, so we decided, maybe next time we'll go. And hey, WrestleMania 42 is going to be in Vegas again. Maybe we'll double down and go there next year, April 18th and 19th. So we shall see, but we're in Phoenix. We're at the PHX Arena. Yeah. And let's talk, man. We start the show off with John Cena telling everybody, look at you. I learned something every week. You clowns. You want a clown to represent you, the truth, and, a sideshow freak, basically, is what he's saying. He's like, this is what you want. This is what you asked for. You guys are idiots. But like Mussolini, CM Punk comes out, and me and my wife are like, freaking finally. But I was like, SummerSlam was like, let's see, we're in June, July, like 3 months away, basically, or the 2 months, But it's like, how are we going to build this to SummerSlam, because that's the easiest thing you can do, right? CM Punk, John Cena, SummerSlam, champ versus champ. Remember that? That was me and my wife's first date. Like, she fell in love with Punk and everything during that time because she wasn't a really big wrestling fan. So I was like, yeah, we got to run it back, right? We missed Money in the Bank. We missed that opportunity. But, at SummerSlam, no. But Punk had some words to say. And as somebody who's been watching this long, and somebody who, at the time, wasn't the biggest Punk fan. I was a big John Cena fan. Still am. I got a new John Cena shirt today that I'm going to be rocking. But, I'm not really digging his heel run at the moment. But we've been waiting for this. CM Punk, John Cena, for the title. Punk tells him, I am the best. I'm doing it for the people. And I was like, yeah, for the people. Woohoo! But we're getting this at Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia, June 28th. Then we got the big King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring tournament that's going to be showcasing there. So it's just like, I feel like WWE is now showing their cards. And the way this is all going to play out. We're finally going to get Cena versus Punk. Saudi Arabia, Clash of Champions. Okay, awesome. I'm excited. I've been waiting for this match and everything like that. We've been getting the tease. He's been talking about John, telling him, you sold out to the final boss, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yes. Let's keep building. And we got it at Night of Champions. Am I mad? I missed the opportunity for SummerSlam. I was like, well, I guess I'll do that. So I'm just guessing with this tournament, it's going to come down to Sammy and Cody. And Nick and Adam said whoever wins the Queen of the Ring, King of the Ring, gets a championship opportunity at SummerSlam, the big 2-night event coming up. Cleveland, right? I believe. So I was like, okay. The writing hasn't been great here like it was last year. So I'm guessing Cody's going to be our King of the Ring this year. And he's going to call out John Cena after Cena beats Punk and said, at SummerSlam, me and you one more time. And that's when Cody will get back his championship. But I was kind of thrown for a loop tonight because the whole rumor around it was like, Seth's going to cash in, Seth this, Seth that. And I was like, man, I don't want that. I think Jey Uso's run is too precious right now to shorten it that way, blah, 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 blah. I don't want that. But Seth comes out here and he with his goons and he holds out the money in the bank. Doesn't say anything. Just holds out that briefcase, showing John like, yeah, I'm a threat too. Not just Punk. I'm a threat as well. And I was like, all right, I see you. You know. So, but we had this awesome opening with Cena and Punk, which I'm very excited about. I wish it was that SummerSlam, but hey, he's got like 19 dates left, so we can't just waste them all. And Seth's out there like, I got the money in the bank. Our first match of the night is Chad Gable versus AJ Styles. Chad had the match of the year, in my opinion, with Vikingo. And he had this match tonight, and a really good match with AJ Styles. You know, but right, I hate when we go through these commercial breaks and they put the little box in the corner on Netflix, a 3-minute thing, because you know it's kind of just filler at that point. They're not showing anything to us, and when you're a premium Netflix person, you are spending the money to not have commercials, right? So you're gonna watch the filler. Chad cuts a promo, you know, to get the crowd a little riled up. He's a little banged up, you know. He had to pull, I would say, double duty, but what am I saying? He had one match and El Grande Americano had a match. They're not the same person. But he cuts a promo and has a really banger of a match with AJ Styles, but he loses to AJ Styles. And AJ Styles got a win. And I was like, oh, that's nice. But what about Chad? El Grande Americano's having a better run than Chad this year. We get Liv and Roxanne backstage because we have our first Queen of the Ring round 1 tournament. It's a fatal 4-way, and we'll build 2 Night of Champions. But Roxanne's telling them, like, hey, let me help you. Liv's like, no, just stay out of my way. Roxanne's like, all right, I'm just trying to help. But this match, Liv versus Rhea versus Kairi Sane versus Roxanne Perez. And banger, folks. Oh, my God. This was a fun freaking match, dude. You know, and it was just like, who's going to win this thing? I was like, well, it has to be Rhea. Rhea's got to get some dubs, right? Rhea has to, right? No. So Roxanne and Liv are working throughout this match, helping each other out. And then here comes Raquel. Then Rhea gets in a fight with Raquel and everything like that. Then Kairi Sane takes them both out, goes back into the ring. Liv gets her, you know, and then, well, Kairi got Liv and whatnot. I don't know. You know, it's a back and forth, blah, blah, blah. But Rhea is taken out by Raquel, you know, and Kairi Sane took them both out. And Roxanne takes advantage, and she gets the 1, 2, 3, and she is moving on. She is advancing in the tournament. And I was like, oh, Roxanne Perez. Okay. All right, Hunter, I see you. I do like me some Roxanne Perez. So I am excited, and I can't wait to talk about the Judgment Day Clubhouse moment because, like, it's all building to something, and I'm very excited to open that box to see what we're building to. So Roxanne Perez moves on in the Queen of the Ring tournament. We get a Gunther and Jey Uso package because that's the main event tonight. The World Heavyweight Championship is on the line, and I'm with my boy Jey Uso, yeet, and my brother got to see Easy because he's down there at the show, sending me some great pictures and stuff like that. He was very close to Jey Uso, and I was like, man, that's awesome. We found him on Netflix. We were like pausing and whatnot. We're like, oh, there he is. Cool. So, yeet to my brother. Nikki Bella package. I'm like, all right, Nikki's here for a reason. Why is Nikki here? I'm waiting for a weird interaction between her and John. Can I have that, please? But then we get to Nikki. She's talking to Natalia, Maxine, like, oh, nice to meet you. Then she goes and walks off, and she sees Kyrie. Then she sees Io, and Io is like, hey, you know, you are an inspiration. You know, you helped pave the way for us. She's like, oh, that's nice, yeah. And Nikki's like, you're so cool, and walks off. Okay? And I'm like, why are we here, Nikki? Why are we here? Then we have Becky Lynch come out. As she was she comes out here to the ring, as she's walking, Grayson and Mr. Austin Theory are arguing. So I'm waiting for that breakup. I'm waiting for Austin Theory to finally get some love. I love that dude, man. But Becky comes out, says Lyra hurt her shoulder, calls out Lyra, says, hey, Lyra, get your ass out here and, say you're sorry and everything like that. Lyra comes out, she has that, I'm gonna fucking kill you look. But it's kind of short, bittersweet because Bayley is back. Becky took out Bayley, so Bayley couldn't have her WrestleMania moment. Bayley comes out and takes out Becky, and I was like, all right, I want that. Lyra, go to the back. And as Becky got attacked by Bayley, she gets out of the ring. Lyra's behind her. Lyra throws her back in, and she tries to get a rosebud and everything like that. But no. Becky runs away. But I was like, give me this. Give me more of this. And then we automatically cut to some truth. Some hard truth. Mr. Ron Killings. He comes up, holding the mic. He had the hoodie on and everything. And he tells everybody, he's like, hey, man, it's because of you I'm back. Never doubt yourself. Always bet on yourself. But I've been made a gimmick. I am the truth and nothing but the truth, but I'm Ron Killings. And he shows us by cutting his hair. We're all like, whoa. He just cuts his hair on live TV. Cuts his hair on live TV. And it says, I am Ron Killings. This is who I am. I'm talking, this is goosebumps, man. I'm like, ooh, Ron Killings is here. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see what we're going to do with Ron. He says, I'm no longer a stepping stone. I'm no longer this. I'm not a sideshow. I am not that. I am Ron Killings. So let's see what they do with this. Let's cook, people. Let's cook. Now let's get into some drama. The Judgment Day Clubhouse. Dom has a match tonight because he's in the King of the Ring first round tournament. Finn's like, hey, man, shouldn't I be here? He goes, hey, come on, dude. I'm the champion, so yeah, I got in. And then JD McDonald's like, yeah, dog. Me and you're going to win a tag team. And, he's like, all right. And then Roxanne comes in. He's like, congratulations. And here comes Liv and whatnot. And Finn's loving this. He has that shit grin on his face, just like, something's in play here that Finn is not telling us, but it's going to play out soon. The demon is playing behind the scenes and pulling some strings. But Finn's like, yeah. And Liv and Roxanne's like, what? I tried to help you, and I didn't let Kairi Sane pin you, so yeah. And she's just like, walks off. And Finn's like, oh, no, Dom, go talk to her. He's like, I got a match. He's like, don't worry about it, Dad. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. And I was just like, oh, you bastard. Causing that drama. And Mr. Iguana got a package. This dude has made some waves throughout Worlds Collide and through the weekend and whatnot. Him and Ron Killings, they made some waves for this weekend. And WWE has taken notice. So Mr. Iguana got some love. We want more. Then we get Seth and Braun and Bronson and Paul backstage before we get into the King of the Ring men's tournament here, with Penta versus Sammy versus Braun versus Dom. Braun's being worked up because he's the dog. He's going and he takes Paul with him, and Bronson's holding the briefcase and whatnot. I was like, all right, here we go. Braun Breaker. I do like me some Braun Breaker, but man, Penta versus Sammy versus Braun versus Dom is my freaking match of the night. These guys went balls to the wall, and I was like, man, if my wife was going for Dom, I was like, man, it has to be Sammy. If I'm writing this from their perspective of what WWE wants, it's kind of just plain sight. That's what I mean. They're showing us their cards. It's going to be Sammy all the way to Clash of Champions, and he's going to face Cody Rhodes. And, of course, Cody's going to win, but Sammy's like, I'm a champion. But, of course, after all this, how do you take out some players, man? How do you take these guys out? Braun spears Penta, then LA Knight, takes out Braun breaker. So Braun's out. So that's how you do this. And we finish it with Sammy taking out Dom and getting the 1-2-3. So I was like, haha, it is playing out the way I knew it was going to play out. Sammy is moving on. And thank you, LA Knight. Yeah. Then we get Kathy backstage. There's AJ. And AJ Styles like, anybody wants to talk, anybody wants to talk shit, anything like that, I am the one. You want to say it to my face? Say it to my face. And then Kathy's like, oh, wait, we got some development over here. And she goes into New Days talking to Grace, and they're telling him, drop the dead weight, man. Drop the dead weight. Austin Theory, fuck him, So the New Day is at play here with something. But they said, you gotta thank us for being us, because we are the New Day. Then we cut to Sammy backstage after his big win. Here comes Karrion Kross. I'm like, oh my God, can we get rid of this shit? So I like Karrion Kross, but I'm not like, yeah, Kross. I don't see him and say that. So and Sammy's like, dude, I'm a champion. I was good enough to win that. I'm good enough to win the world championship. So get out of my face, and I'm good enough to take you out as well. And Kross is like, WrestleMania 42 package. Mr. Hunter, Mr. Triple H was on the dome. He's like, let's run it back. WrestleMania 42. April 18th, 19th, in Vegas. I really do like the logo, though. I really dig the logo. Then we get an Asuka package, which is so everybody on Twitter's like, wow, what a way to be like, Asuka's back and she's in a tournament and not really have her be a surprise. They have a surprise in the men's next week. They got Bronson, I believe Rusev, and Sheamus, and the fourth person is a mystery. We couldn't do that for Asuka as well. Come on, Asuka deserves better. But they gave her a package. Then we get Nikki Bella. She comes out. I'm like, what the hell are you here for? I don't get it. We have a pay-per-view called Evolution in July. So that's why. So all in weekend, that's what I'm calling it. All in weekend, we got Saturday Night Main Event. We got the Great American Bash. And we have Evolution. WWE just teeing up three things. Bop, bop, bop. But to be honest, I'm more excited about All in Texas. That's just me personally. I'm excited for that show. So, my weekend is for All in Texas. Just saying. But I am excited about those shows as well and to cover them. But as she's doing this, she's talking, and I'm just like, all right, get to it. And instead of saying Stephanie Van Cure, she goes, Stephanie Vacay. I'm like, why do we keep fucking up her name? Okay, give me something. Oh, here's Liv. Oh, thank God for Liv. Liv comes out. I was like, hey, you better recognize, you better put some love on me. I'm the best thing here. I'm a champion, blah, blah, blah. I'm this, I'm that, and I have a man. I'm like, you go, girl, go. Tell her. And and then Liv just to put the cream on the top of all of this with the cherry. She goes, yeah, you know what? I'm a champion. Yeah, even though it is the tag team champion still. I'm a champion, and you're nothing but a reality TV star. Or a once has been reality TV star. Ooh, Nikki's like, all right. She tries to get back in the ring, and Liv takes her out. I'm like, you do your damn thing. Say it with your chest, Liv. I have a man. Damn. And now our main event. World Heavyweight Championship match. Close to being my match of the night. I'm on the edge of my seat. Jey Uso versus Gunther. Jay comes out. Yeet. Wade's telling Cole, you better not yeet, man. Look how Gunther's looking. He's walking around. He smells blood in the water. Gunther. But, man, a back-and-forth battle. Jey Uso's son's out there. We're fighting, right? We're going to war. Ends out in a choke out. Gunther wins. I'm like, no, not my boy. Not Jay. No, I did the Vader. No. Uso is no longer the World Heavyweight Champion. I was like, all right, Seth. Come on, Seth. Come on. Let's get this going. Seth? Then I saw the little executive producer thing with Paul, whatever. I was like, Seth? Then I saw the little trademark thing. I'm like, Seth? Where's Seth? And we cut. It just says, all right, thank you for watching the program. Like, you telling me this was the ending? And we ain't even banking on Seth? Is Seth really going after John? Like, talk about kicking me in the balls after a really great show. Really good match. But talk about a kick in the balls. I feel bad for Jay. And, of course, we had the narrative. He got tsunami'd and he had a match this Saturday, Money in the Bank. He's not 100%. I'm just like, yeah, but he was our guy. He was fighting for us. I believe in Jey Uso full-heartedly. I love Gunther. But I wanted Jey to keep that championship and show that he's better than anybody. And he... All right. But overall, this is what wrestling's all about, right? Emotions. I honestly give this Monday Night Raw a 5 out of 5, even though I felt like the main event was a kick in the balls. And I was waiting for Seth. I really did enjoy this Monday Night Raw from John Cena and Punk. Stirred up all those emotions, how long I've been watching wrestling, the feuds and this and that. Playing a little nostalgia there. Becky getting attacked by Bayley. My match of the night, Penta versus Sammy versus Braun versus Dom. LA taking out Braun. There's so much good stuff here. We had the Chad and AJ Styles match. And, everything's just playing. Liv, Rhea, Kairi Sane, and Roxanne. That was awesome. So there was a lot of good stuff tonight. And freaking, I got to say, yeah, match of the night. The King of the Ring tournament, round 1. Second to that is the Queen of the Ring, round 1. And moment of the night is fucking Liv coming out and ruining Nikki Bella's shit. 5 out of 5 for this Monday Night Raw. June 9, 2025. Wade Cole and commentary in Phoenix, Arizona at the PHX Arena.
That's it. That's all. Like and subscribe. Share it with your grandma. Share it with your grandpa. Share it with the bum down at Walmart. I am KMB, the Sexy Ninja. And remember that the New World Podcast is for life,
You're going to follow
brother.
to Saudi Arabia. And we're going to do it at Night of Champions.